What if I told you that the once great nation of Israel, unified under the reigns of Kings David and Solomon, fractured, and 10 of its tribes seemingly disappeared from history? Scattered far and wide across different lands, these tribes have remained a mystery, with their whereabouts still coming to light today. The 12 tribes of Israel stand at the very heart of biblical history, but the fate of these lost tribes continues to baffle scholars and believers alike. Where did they go? Could they still exist? And what part do they play in the unfolding of end-time prophecies? The Bible reveals that God selected these tribes for a unique purpose, yet their disobedience and sin led to their dispersion to the farthest corners of the earth. In modern times, various communities, from Ethiopia to India, Asia, and even the Americas, assert their lineage from these lost tribes. Could the resurfacing of these descendants signify the realization of ancient prophecies? And what might this imply for the closing chapter of human history? In this video, we will delve into the biblical origins of the 12 tribes of Israel, investigate how 10 of these tribes became lost, and explore the claims made by modern groups who assert they are their descendants. Most crucially, we will examine the prophetic significance of their potential return in the end times. Join Deep Bible Stories on a journey through history, revealing how these ancient prophecies are still unfolding in our world today. The origins of the 12 tribes of Israel trace back to Jacob, the grandson of Abraham, who fathered 12 sons. In a life-defining moment, Jacob wrestled with God and was given the name Israel, which means one who struggles with God. His 12 sons became the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel, with each tribe inheriting a specific portion of the Promised Land. These sons and the tribes they founded were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, whose sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, each received their own inheritance, and Benjamin. Together, these tribes formed the nation of Israel. The tribes of Judah and Benjamin occupied the southern kingdom, while the remaining 10 tribes, often referred to as the northern kingdom, settled in the north, led by tribes such as Ephraim and Manasseh. As foretold by Jacob in Genesis 49, each tribe had its own distinct destiny. But it was their disobedience to God that ultimately led to their scattering and eventual disappearance from historical records. After the reign of King Solomon, the once unified kingdom of Israel split in two. The southern kingdom, known as Judah, was primarily made up of the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. The northern kingdom, called Israel, included the remaining 10 tribes: Reuben, Simeon, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Ephraim, and Manasseh. The northern kingdom soon fell into idolatry and rebellion against God. Despite repeated warnings from prophets like Hosea and Amos, the people persisted in rejecting God's covenant. In 722 BC, God's judgment was delivered through the Assyrian Empire, which invaded the northern kingdom, captured its people, and scattered them throughout the vast territories of Assyria. The king of Assyria deported Israel to Assyria and settled them in Halah in Gozan on the Habor River and in the towns of the Medes. 2 Kings 17:6. Over time, these 10 tribes were dispersed across the Assyrian Empire, and their distinct identities began to fade, leading to their designation as the lost tribes of Israel. But are they truly lost, or are they simply awaiting their revelation in the end times? The disappearance of the 10 lost tribes of Israel remains one of the most captivating mysteries in biblical history. Following the Assyrian conquest in 722 BC, these tribes were scattered throughout the empire, with their identities slowly blending into the surrounding cultures. However, both the Bible and Jewish tradition indicate that the 10 tribes were not completely lost. They were dispersed among the nations, waiting for their prophetic return. Over the centuries, numerous groups around the world have claimed descent from these tribes, preserving ancient Jewish customs, traditions, and beliefs despite being geographically isolated. While some of these groups have gained prominence in the modern world, others have remained relatively obscure, yet all of them assert a direct link to the lost tribes of Israel. One of the most notable groups is the Beta Israel, or Ethiopian Jews, who claim descent from the tribe of Dan. Their presence in Ethiopia dates back thousands of years, and they have preserved distinctive Jewish customs that differentiate them from other African ethnic groups. In the late 20th century, their claims were validated when Israel's rabbinate officially recognized the Beta Israel as part of the Jewish people, which led to their airlift to Israel through missions like Operation Moses and Operation Solomon. Another group, the Bene Israel of India, claims descent from the tribe of Ephraim. According to their oral tradition, their ancestors were shipwrecked on the Indian coast centuries ago, possibly during the Assyrian exile. Despite having limited contact with other Jewish communities throughout history, they managed to preserve a strong sense of Jewish identity. The Pashtun tribes of Afghanistan and Pakistan also claim descent from the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, while the Igbo Jews of Nigeria assert that they are descendants of the tribes of Gad and Zebulun. Additionally, the Lemba people of Zimbabwe and South Africa claim lineage from the tribe of Levi, with recent DNA testing providing support for their ancestral connection. The biblical prophecies regarding the regathering of the lost tribes are unmistakable. In Ezekiel 37, the Valley of Dry Bones prophecy describes God's promise to reunite the scattered tribes with Judah under a single king. Similarly, Isaiah 11:12 speaks of a second regathering of Israel, a global event that will include the return of the lost tribes. Revelation 7 further emphasizes the critical role the 12 tribes of Israel will play in God's final plan for humanity, with 144,000 individuals, 12,000 from each tribe, being sealed for protection during the Great Tribulation. The story of the 10 lost tribes of Israel is far from over. Their re-emergence serves as a powerful reminder that God's promises never fail and that the return of the Messiah is drawing near. As we approach the fulfillment of these prophecies, the reappearance of the lost tribes signals that God's ultimate plan for Israel and the world is unfolding before our very eyes. If this deep dive into the 12 tribes of Israel and their prophetic role in the end times intrigued you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video from Deep Bible Stories, where we continue to explore how ancient prophecies are influencing and shaping our modern world.